Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
There are so many greetings this morning, I don't even know how to start first. However, I think happy birthday would be most appropriate. So, Jordan, happy birthday. And Mazel Tov on this wonderful occasion of having reached on your 13th birthday your bat mitzvah. And we are so honored that you are here as family and closest friends to be able to celebrate with Jordan and her family. And we at Temple Har Shalom, who are so proud of what she has accomplished and how we know she is going to lead us in worship. So the very first thing that's going to happen this morning is that Jordan is going to be enwrapped in a talit, in her prayer shawl, which physically marks her as a bat mitzvah, meaning that only those who have become a bar mitzvah, like Stephen who's wearing one, and today Jordan will wear one, and Hannah in just a few years will wear one. But it shows that you've attained a special age and you've earned it. And she's going to be enwrapped in a talit that I understand she herself picked out. So it's very exciting. I'm going to welcome forward Jen and David. And Jordan, I'm going to ask you to take your place so your parents can enwrap you. And with your parents, I want you to recite this blessing, Baruch Atah Adonai, Asher Kitshanu, B'mitzvah Tov, Vitzivanu, Lahit Atef, Ba'atzitzi. Amen. And we thank God for allowing us to enwrap ourselves in the talit. Or you can give him a hug, tell him you'll see him soon. Read over here, Jordan.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all of those joining us over our live webcast. In preparation for our service, please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic-free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones off. I have worked long and hard to reach this day, and I am grateful for your presence. I hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before me, I have prepared to take my place as a bat mitzvah. Today I participate in my first adult Jewish life cycle event. I am now committed by the mitzvot and the teachings of our tradition. I pray that I might always understand my responsibility as a Jew, to show love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain a connection with my people and her land of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We praised are you, Adonai our God, creator of the world, who gives us life, sustains us, and enables us to reach this time.
Amen. We continue our worship in our Mishkan Tefillah on page 290 with the chanting of Ma Tovu, page 290.
Ma tovu ahai lecha Yaakov v'ishkenutecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ahai lecha Yaakov v'ishkenutecha Yisrael.
Today is our prayer book. We are using the Mishkan Tefillah. For those in the front row, they're right underneath your seat. And for those sitting, they're right in front of you. Even if you are unfamiliar with our worship, you can follow along because it's Hebrew, it's English, and it's transliteration. And of course, Jordan would like you to help her out. So please do follow along. We're going to be on page 293. Jordan is going to lead us in the morning blessings, and it's traditional that after each blessing, we answer her with an Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sechvivina l'chachim ben yom uvein laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, maltir arurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechim mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotein laya ikoa.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai utnu mame atapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani batorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, otzer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, otzer Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us, and to the house of Israel your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name, and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of the Torah, to our people of Israel.
Baruch
Atah Adonai, Halamed Torah Li'amo Yisrael.
We turn now to page 313 as we rise for the call to worship the Baruch Hu.
That's not marked in here.
Just singing.
Yay, day, yay, day, yay, day. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Olam Va'ed.
We turn to page 317. We remain standing and read the paragraphs responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you've spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways, and yet, O God, you are one unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, haboher be'amo Yisrael b'ahava. Page 318, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kira
be seated. We're on page 319, and while Jordan will be leading us, she would be very comfortable if we joined together.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לפניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לראות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We're on page 321.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
We're on page 322.
שירה חדשה שבחו גאוני לשמך בשפת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו יפה בim bim bam יפה bim bam יפה bim bim bam יפה bim bam ay 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 יפה bim bam אדוני אלוהינו.
The central prayer of our service is known as the prayer. And it is so important that for those of us who are comfortable, we would ask that you please rise and remain standing through its entirety. It begins on page 323 and will end when we conclude on page 328. Would you rise, please?
Adonai sifatai tifta ufia giteti latecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Hasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imachot U'Mevig Ula V'nei B'neihem V'Ma'an Shemo V'Yahava Melech Ozer V'Moshiach Elohim Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei HaKol Atah Ra'o V'Hoshia
מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורואה חולים, ומתיר אסירים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממיש ומחיה ומצמיע ישועה. נאמנתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
The cantor continues on page 326.
לקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמרו, ככתוב על יד נביאך, לקרזז ועמל, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ כבודו. אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו והנה כל חי. עונה אדוני אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור אדוני כגודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך להקדיש, ושבחך להן מפנו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני הקדוש.
Page 328.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the Holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
And you may all be seated. For our next song and reading on page 329, it's a pleasure to welcome forward one that'll stand here in just a few short years. Hannah?
Yismichu v'malachutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Yismichu v'malachutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shvi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbehu v'yangu v'tucha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha,
Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Onei Shabbat. V'chashir Ratzitavo v'kiyashta Shabbat. Chendat Yolim Oto Karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Oneg Shabbat. Zecher L'maaseh Bereshit Shabbat. Zecher L'maaseh Bereshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat V'korei Oneg Shabbat.
Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallows Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation.
Asher Koach, Hannah. We continue with Ritzay on the top of page 330.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, Amechai Yisrael utfilatam, v'yavo tekabel utilratzon, tamid avodat Yisrael, Amecha, Baruch Adonai. שאותך לבדך בירה נעבוד.
And let's read the paragraphs in English responsively.
On the Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. We continue with Sim Shalom on the top of page 334.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha.
We turn to page 336, and I'd ask that you please read together with me. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer. ears filled with the voices of friends, teachers, and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first, one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one, a miracle. And so we've come to that time in our service where we leave the written word of our prayer book and instead pay attention to the thoughts of our hearts and our minds. Each and every Shabbat is a time to give thanks. It is the one day a week that even God has the day off. And therefore, we don't ask for favors, we don't petition, we don't bargain, we don't make promises. But what we do is say thank you. And indeed, we have a great deal to give thanks. For a young woman who has decided to take her place as a bat mitzvah, following in the footsteps of literally generations who have done so, for that we are most grateful. We are most grateful for our health and well-being, being able to participate in our service and to share in her joy and the joy of her family. And yet, we must also realize that the world around us is still difficult and very pained. And even this morning in Israel is the danger of more than 160 rockets that were fired just this morning, once again threatening the well-being of our Jewish homeland. We cannot be so thoughtless that we don't offer our prayers of safety, well-being, and peace for our extended family in Israel, as we also give thanks for the peace and the joy that we are enjoying today. So we pause for a few moments of our own silent and private prayer.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one.
Well, the central part of our service is as we take the Torah from the ark, pass it from generation to generation, and give Jordan the obligation to carry Torah, to show you all that she is prepared for literally the weight of all that she is learning and taking in for herself. So Jordan, I'm going to ask you to come up and take your place to receive Torah. I'm going to invite forward your parents to come stand next to you. And I'm going to invite your great aunt and great uncle, Judy and Jean, to come forward. And as well, It's a pleasure to welcome forward your grandparents, Cheryl and Peter, to come forward to open the Ark doors. And would you all rise, please?
Ki mitzion titzi Torah, ki mitzion titzi Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, Hagidula, Hatiferet, V'hanitzach v'hamod, Ki Hashem Al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, olam omin, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha. Just keep playing.
You may all be seated. And while we are an intimate group, and I really don't need the microphone to speak with all of you, there are those who are joining us over the live webcast today as they share Shabbat with us, and therefore they cannot hear a thing when I don't use the microphone. So I thank you very much for being patient and understanding, but most importantly, for being here to share with Jordan, who's having a hard time understanding how fast this service is moving along, because she, believe it or not, actually was a bit nervous this morning. And Jordan, it's hard to imagine, because with such confidence and such poise, you are leading us in worship, and I know yet what's to come, and it is quite a treat. So thank you very much. I must say each and every Shabbat morning is a special one whenever we welcome a bar or bat mitzvah to the bima. But Jordan does hold a very special place in our hearts, including that of my husband, Rabbi Kaplan, because we have watched her, her brother, and her sister grow up around our Seder table. And therefore, we've had a little inside view of an appreciation of what an extraordinary family, Jordan, that you come from, and the values and the ethics and the traditions, both from your mother and your father, that bring you to this point. And we're also very cognizant of the memories that bring you here. Just last night, we commemorated Yom HaShoah, and regrettably, as young Jewish adults, we learned that our Jewish people is full of joy, but also there was much heartache. And we have charged all of you, the newest generations, to add more joy and hope for our future. And that's what makes today so very special. And of course, we have the memory of your grandparents. And just in case your parents didn't notice, their plaques are up and their lights are lit because they are brightening our world too, their memory, with their yortzites, which happen to be this very Shabbat. So it's interesting that life has a way of teaching us lessons just by the calendar and also by the Torah portion. So, Jordan, your Torah portion, I won't even put you on the spot. I know you know the name of it, but we'll help them, is known as Achrei Mot. And it means, believe it or not, after death. Now, in the Torah portion, we are reading a very painful story of the death of Aaron's two sons. And the question is asked, after such loss, how do you continue? What do you do? In the same respect, it's on this very special Shabbat weekend that we read this Torah portion, because after commemorating the loss of millions of our people, 6 million, after that destruction, Jordan, what do we concentrate on? And you are showing us what we concentrate on. We concentrate on life. We concentrate on all the joy that life can bring. And boy, Jordan, do you bring joy to our lives. I mentioned it before. You have an irrepressible smile that lights up a room, a wonderful laughter. You show us what it means to have a very close relationship with your siblings, even when you find times to get angry at them. You show us what it means to have a balanced life, meaning, I know this was not your favorite thing to give up so much time to do, and yet you did it, right? There are many other interests in your life, right? From sports to friends to school. But we know that all that had to be put aside to make sure that you could lead the congregation today. So, Jordan, while you are going to become our teacher very soon, not only by chanting Torah, but also by speaking to us and teaching us such important lessons, the one lesson I hope that you will always take with you, just as your grandparents have set for you, and your parents and your brother, and as Hannah looks up to you, that Jewish life and a good, moral, ethical, caring, kind, compassionate life, one filled with hope and joy, is what you represent today and what we hope you will take into the future. Because you have brought such joy and pride to all of us who are sitting here participating today. And we are, I must say, very grateful to your parents who have set that example. And indeed, you may not all know, but your dad is about to come onto our board of trustees. And that means that he not only cares about your nuclear family, but he cares about the greater Jewish community as well. And that is very special to us. And Jen, we are very grateful that you will allow him to do that, because I know how much time he spends elsewhere. And indeed, the one who we witness walking the halls all the time is not necessarily David. It's your mom, it's Jen, who made this possible. Because I know how many times she's driven you back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And without that kind of support, this wouldn't have happened. So please accept our gratitude and our offer of mazel tov. And now you are in for a treat as you hear Jordan chant from the Torah. And I want to point out that as Jordan comes forward, she is using a yad that we are so grateful to the artistic talents of your brother, who last night, I understand, made sure that this yad was not only created, but has your beautiful Hebrew name of Yordana on it as well. So thank you, Stephen. And before you start chanting from the Torah, you have an extraordinary family heirloom that is about to be passed to you, Jordan, so that the generations literally envelop you. And I'm going to welcome forward your great uncle to come tell us with your great aunt just a bit about this talit as they put it on you. So this talit was worn by your great-grandfather, Max, and it's actually from his bar mitzvah in 1913. How extraordinary, and boy, would he be proud today that it's now around your shoulders, and you are now accepting it for your own, and will one day, God willing, Jordan, pass it on to that next generation. So we're honored that you are here to bestow it upon her. So please just, please have a seat right on the bima, because we have another honor for you soon. Thank you.
It's right here, right? Right there.
And for our first aliyot to the Torah, what a pleasure to welcome Uncle Bruce and Cousin Sophia. Soon.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher barka bano mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe acharei mot shnei bnei Aaron vekarvatam lifnei Adonai vayamutu. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe daber el Aaron achicha ve'el Yavo v'chol et el hakodesh mibeit laparochet el pnei hakaporet asher al ha'aron v'lo yamut keep anan era'eh al hakaporet bezot yavo aharon al hakodesh befar ben bakar lahatat ve'ayol le'olah.
Beautiful. And a blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lana Torah emet V'chaye olam nata b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Well, congratulate her and come on over. Come over here, please. Stand with us right here. And for our second aliyot, we welcome back your great aunt and uncle, and together with cousins Frank and Victor. Baruch Hu
es Adonai HaMorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bocha bonu mikol hamim, v'nosan lanu es toraso. Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen. Go ahead.
Amen. Ketonet badi kodesh yo barash umichnesei vad yiyu al besaro uv adnet bad yachor uv mitnefet bad yitnov bigdei kodesh heim berahat b'mayim et besaro uvisham umeet adat b'nei Yisrael yicha shnei se'irei izim l'chatat ve'ayel echad le'olah v'hikriv Aharon et par hachatat asher lo v'hiper ba'ado uv'ahad beito.
Blessing after. Thank you.
Baruch es Adonai HaMorach.
No, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu
Rasanes, V'chaye olam do'ata b'sochenu, Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen. Well, congratulate her. Thank you so much.
You got it, mate.
Yes.
I know. Please come join us over here. And what a joy for the third aliyah to welcome forward Jen, David, and of course the one who did this just a few years ago, Stephen. If you'd like to go sit, come over here, please. Come join us. Don't be strangers. Nice to see you all again.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach.
Baruch
Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'lakah et shnei hasirim v'he'emid otam lifnei Adonai peitach ohel moed. V'natan Aharon et par hachatat asher lo al shnei hasirim goralot goral ehad l'Adonai v'goral ehad l'Azazel ya'ama v'hikriv Aharon et hasair asher Allah alav hagoral l'Adonai ve'asau chatat.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Stephen, you stay right there. Your parents are coming over here to congratulate Yeah, so now you call her Paula. Where's your sheet? Yeah, go get it. And now the honor of calling Jordan to the Torah officially as a bat mitzvah for her aliyah goes to the one who came before her and earned the honor.
Ta'amud Yordana Michaela, Bat David Fidish Vijen, Likavod HaTorah Habat Mitzvah.
Just stay right there. Okay, your turn.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'hasa'ir asher Allah alav hagara la'azazel ya'amar hai livnei Adonai l'chaper Allah l'shala oto la'azazel hamid barach. V'hikriv Aharon et par hahatat asher lo v'hiper ba'ado uv'ad beito v'shachat et par hahatat asher lo v'laka meloha machta kahale esh me'al hamizbeach milifnei Adonai umlo hafnav ketoret samihid daka vehevi mibeit laparochet.
She makes it look easy.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam natav etohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. No, you two are going to speak to her. One moment. Come here.
Jordy,
1 second. Let everybody hear
your mother
you.
and I want to say a prayer for you. We want to say a little prayer, a personal prayer for you.
Put her in the middle.
All right. So, before we give this prayer, your mother and I want to tell you how proud we are of you. You're such a good girl. You're so wonderful, thoughtful. You're a caring person. We know that. And you're always thinking of others and so helpful to your mother and I. We love you. So here's our prayer for you. May your bat mitzvah be the beginning of your Jewish life. The beginning. It's not the end. It's the start, sweetheart. May you be inspired to learn more. May you realize that dedication, commitment, and hard work will lead to great things. Finally, may you have a wonderful life, a Jewish life, a life of peace and contentment. We love you.
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah. It's a pleasure to welcome back Uncle Bruce together with Rabbi Ron Kaplan. Would you rise, please?
Adonai,
Please be seated. Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This morning's Haftarah comes from the prophet Ezekiel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar b'nviim tovim v'ratzav v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah u'v'Moshe avdo u'v'Yisrael amo u'v'nviei ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayehi devar Adonai Eli lemor va'ata v'nadam hadishpot et ir hadamim v'hodata et kol to'avotecha ve'emarta ko amar Adonai Elohim ir shofechet dam v'tzachat lavo ita v'asta gilulim alecha l'tamah v'damech asher shafacht ashamt uvgilulayich asher asit tamet batakrivi yamayich vatavo ad shenotayich al ken netati cherpa logoyim v'kalasa ho ha'arotzot ha'krovot v'harokot mimech yikosu vach tmeat Hashem rabat hamhuma hine nishyei Yisrael ish ulizro'o hayu vach leman shefachtam avaim hekalu vach lager asu va'oshech v'tohech yatom ve'almana honu vach kodoshai bazit ve'et shabtotai hilot anshe Rachil hayuvach leman shefachtam ve'el harim achluvach zima asu b'tohech. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zor kol hamim sadik behol hadorot ha'el hane'eman haboher ve'oseh hamdaber u'mkaim shekol divarav emet v'tzedek al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnuha lechavod ultifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umvarchim otach Yitbarach Shimcha b'fiko hai tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
It is now time for us to return the Torah to the Ark, and to open the Ark doors, we invite forward Uncle Andrew and Aunt Debbie and Uncle Will, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please. Come with me.
Shalom.
seated. It is now time for Jordan to become our teacher as she shares some words about the Torah portion and the meaning of this day.
Shabbat Shalom. My Torah portion is Acharimot. Here are some things I learned about Acharimot. In Hebrew, this means after death. It is the 29th weekly Torah portion in the annual cycle of Torah reading. It is the sixth portion from the book of Leviticus. This portion gets its name from the fifth and sixth Hebrew words of the portion. And the Lord spoke unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they drew near before the Lord and died. This Torah portion may also be read on Yom Kippur. This Torah portion describes the law of the Yom Kippur ritual along with other very important practices. My Torah portion has 4,294 Hebrew letters and 1,170 Hebrew words. Here are some facts about Acharimot. The jobs that the head priest Kohen must perform on Yom Kippur are written out, and the ceremony of the scapegoat is described. The word scapegoat originated in 1530 after the Torah was translated into English and was actually termed a scapegoat. Moses instructs Aaron about the Yom Kippur laws for fasting and atonement. Actually, fasting was not written into the Torah, but self-denial was. Fasting was the rabbi's interpretation. Warnings are issued against the offering of sacrifices outside the sanctuary and the consumption of blood. One lesson from this Torah portion is about learning from mistakes. Why would I talk about learning from mistakes at my bat mitzvah? This is because this is my understanding of the Torah portion. Aaron's children did not have the chance to learn from theirs, but God gives us a lot of opportunities to learn from our mistakes. That's what Yom Kippur is all about. We think about what we did wrong during the past year. We pray over it tefillah, we repent teshuvah, and we give tzedakah. We ask God for forgiveness when we sin during the year. We do this at temple on Yom Kippur, but we also need to look into how our own actions may have hurt others. We need to figure out how to prevent those same actions from happening again, and if possible, make it up to others for anything we did wrong. One time my sister and I were playing soccer outside. She asked to go on the goal even though we both knew she wasn't allowed to because she had broken her pinky a couple months before. When I kicked the ball, I didn't realize how hard I had kicked it, but it was hard enough that when she went to save the ball, her pinky was out and she broke it again. I apologized, but even though I said sorry, I understood that the issue could not be resolved right away. I knew that the right thing to do was to go to my mom and tell her what had happened. We all make mistakes. It's human. We do our best to say we're sorry and learn from the mistake, and do our best not to do it again. This is partly what Yom Kippur and Acharimot is about. This is one way to interpret the Torah portion. We all learn to apologize to others, such as your siblings, friends, and others for our actions. But it's just as important to forgive as it is to apologize. Before I say why I'm becoming a bat mitzvah, I thought it would make sense to tell you the definition of a bat mitzvah. The word bat is a Hebrew word that means daughter. The word mitzvah is a Hebrew word that means commandment. Bat mitzvah then literally means daughter of the commandment. When a girl reaches 13 years old, she becomes a bat mitzvah and is recognized by Jewish tradition as having the same rights as an adult. She is now morally and ethically responsible for her decisions and actions. To me, becoming a bat mitzvah means that I am now old enough to follow the law of the Torah. I may now read from the Torah on the bima. I can take part in a minyan. This is not the yellow things from Despicable Me, but 10 men and women over the age of 13 required for traditional Jewish public worship. I am honoring my father and mother according to one of the commandments by becoming a bat mitzvah. This shows that I know right from wrong. Finally, it shows our Jewish community that I am prepared to read from the Torah. When I first started studying for my bat mitzvah, I had no idea what my mitzvah project would be. At first, I thought I'd like to help children in hospitals decorate their crutches. This is important to me because I had spent 6 weeks on crutches and know how hard that can be for a kid. Although my mom said this was a very thoughtful idea, we weren't really sure how to make it happen. Then my mom told me that we were going to help package food at the Hillside Food Bank one afternoon. I didn't know what to expect when I got there, and I was definitely surprised by what I saw on our ride there. On the way to the food bank, I saw lots of houses, some of which had bars right on their front doors. While at the food bank, our team packaged about 1,400 pounds of pasta. I really like pasta, and my mom always has it in the cupboard, but how weird would it be if she couldn't afford to buy us pasta anymore? The whole experience made me make an effort to always clear my plate and not take what was on my plate for granted. Then my mom and brother talked to me about volunteering at the community soup kitchen in Morristown. After talking with my mom, I decided that I wanted to help with the homeless population in Morristown. There are about 500 homeless men, women, and children in Morris County. Their homelessness is a result of circumstances such as job loss, domestic violence, substance abuse, and mental health issues. So my mitzvah project is going to be organizing a monthly collection at my school for specific items to be donated to the homeless population in Morristown, starting in September. Some of the needs of this population always stay the same, like personal care items and travel size. But what I didn't think about is the need for umbrellas and ponchos in the spring or sunscreen and hats in the summer. The soup kitchen is super excited about this idea. They've never been part of a theme-driven collection and think it's going to be and they think it's going to be a success. I like this project because I feel like it's super hands-on, and I'll actually feel like I'm really helping people, not just once, but over and over. I'm starting my project this week by donating all of these socks to the community soup kitchen. They're in the baskets over there. I'd like to ask Rabbi Randy and Cantor Berman if I can come back a year from now and share about my project with the congregation. I hope my project will be successful and make a difference in people's lives. First off, I would like to take a minute to remember my great-grandmother Jane, for who I'm named after, my grandma Gilda, and my grandpa Stephen, that I know would all be very proud of me today. Thank you, Gaga and Papa, for being so supportive of our Jewish upbringing. You're both amazing. Next, I would like to thank my mom and dad. I would not be up here without their support. Thank you for loving me so much. My mom is amazing. Thank you, Mom, for driving me to and from cantor lessons, straight to soccer, then making dinner. I know you worked so hard to make everything so special for my bat mitzvah. I want you to know that I love you so much and will always remember this special time in my life. Dad, I think you're awesome. You helped me with my Hebrew and with this speech. You've always supported me with soccer, even though you don't know much about it. And have started to teach me guitar. Thank you so much for starting to teach me lacrosse too. Now I can play a sport that you actually know. I love spending time with you. Then there's Stephen and Hannah. Thank you for letting these last couple of months be all about me. Don't worry, Hannah, you'll be up here soon. I love you both very much. Thank you, Cantor Berman, for your weekly support and guidance with my Hebrew lessons, and Rabbi Randy. Thank you for being so nurturing and guiding me. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to all of my family and friends for coming here today in honor of me becoming a bat mitzvah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. May God find a cure for Alzheimer's disease and cancer, and may God keep all of my family and friends happy, healthy, and safe.
Well, Jordan, how are you feeling now?
Better.
I had a feeling. What an extraordinary morning for all of us to share. As I was listening to your words, I kept thinking, today has multiple meanings. You've taught us the meanings in our Jewish world, but in the secular world as well. today has some special meaning. As I was coming over, I heard a wonderful blessing in its own way. May the 4th be with you. And I did learn indeed that today is a special day for all those Star Wars fans, right? And second, this is also known as Kentucky Derby Day. And everybody is anxious to find out who will be in the winner's circle. And I'm here to say I know exactly who's in the winner's circle today. Jordan, it's you. You have earned the winner's circle.
Thank you.
And for the very best of reasons, as an incredible human being. And that is always the most important race in life. People will try to bypass you and get further than you. People may push you out of the way, and people may think that they are superior. But I always want you to remember that you are a winner in what is known as the race of life. And that's the most important winner you can ever be. And while there'll be a winning horse that is wrapped in roses, I want you to remember what you were wrapped in today. 2 very special talitot. One that is yours to carry forward, and one that has enwrapped the generations. And we are very, very proud of you. So mazel tov.
Thank you.
And there is another woman that has been on the bima with us today that wants to share her congratulations. And she too is a winner to all of us. She has served as president of our congregation and a role model and a leader, and also is a very special winner in that race of life, and that would be Risa Drazen. Stay right here.
I have to look at this talus. This is
Isn't that
unbelievably
amazing, the
magnificent.
generation?
Yeah, that is really something. Well, Jordan, mazel tov to you and your beaming family on becoming a bat mitzvah today. You did a beautiful job leading services. You should take a lot of pride in how much you just have so much hard work, and it paid off, and everybody's going to give you kudos afterwards, and just enjoy them, right? Like you said, today's all about her. Your family's very special to you and to this congregation. They've taught you the importance of pursuing what you love, giving back to the community, and performing mitzvot. And of course, making sure that Stephen is a good role model to you, and in turn that you are a good role model to Hannah. And you have also been blessed with that beautiful smile.
Thank you.
As the saying goes, your parents practice what they preach. These values help prepare you for this day and will be part of who you are throughout your lifetime. Keep working hard, pursuing all that you love, and keep reaching for your dreams. It's been my honor and pleasure to sit on the bima with you this morning, especially because your dad and I have spent about the past year, I think, working on the security committee. And he's also been an usher with me for many years on the High Holy Days. I can also always count on him being here longer than anybody other than Cantor and Rabbi on Yom Kippur. And while I wasn't responsible for making the ask, I'm really pleased to know he will be joining the board imminently as a trustee, and he will be a real asset. Both your mom and dad are so supportive of the temple and the religious school, and we're lucky to have them as members of Temple Har Shalom. Jen, you still have one more bat mitzvah, and then we're going to hit you up for more volunteer work too, but you still have a couple more years. Actually, your family's so special, we wish we could clone them. Absolutely clone all of you, or just get everybody to be like you. And I'll tell you something, watching you today, being here as part of this beautiful Simcha, your whole family is that way. Your extended family is that way too. And it shows. What do they say? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You've really had a lot of nice things to people to learn from. Now, On to business. So, you are a daughter of the commandments, as you said so beautifully in your speech. You're enriched with the rights, privileges, and obligations of Jewish adults. Your temple has some gifts to present to you to commemorate this special milestone. First, I think we have a Kiddush cup that was specially designed for our B'nai Mitzvot. We hope whenever you drink from it, you remember the sweetness of this day. There's a certificate in there for a year of teen membership at the Bridgewater JCC. The certificate making today official, which we've all signed off on, a certificate towards a program in Israel, and most special this year from Sisterhood, a tree has been planted in Israel in honor of your bat mitzvah through the Jewish National Fund. So it will grow and thrive as you continue to grow and thrive. And I can't help but sitting up here watching the cantor, and I have a feeling that David and Stephen and Jordan are going to all be asked to come and participate in the high holiday Torah readings. You're now going to be part of. She was just glowing. You did so beautifully. So best wishes for everything that we hope awaits you in the future. Thank you for letting me be part of this special day in Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Well, we know how anxious Jordan is. No, not yet. You can't go yet. As I said, she is so anxious to start this birthday celebration, right? So indeed, we are going to continue with our service, and we're going to turn to page 586 for the Aleinu, and to open the ark doors, we are going to invite up Beth and Stephen and Aunt Joanne and Uncle Marty. So I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Jordan, just stand with us for a moment. You don't have to do a thing, but listen. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine upon you and always be gracious to you. May God grant you a long life filled with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, as we all say, Amen. I do ask that you please remain standing for at this time in our service, as we do each and every time we come together as a community. We remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On this Shabbat, we commemorate the yortzites of those who died at this season in years past, and we remember those who have died in recent days. And most importantly, on this day of Bat Mitzvah, we remember those upon whose shoulders Jordan stands this very day, as we remember her grandfather, Stephen Scharf, her grandmother, Gilda Scharf, her great-grandfather, Charles Coates, and her great-grandmother, Jane Coates. And for all those who are known to us and unknown to us, we turn to page 598 to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'hayechona v'yomechona v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'izman kari v'imiru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha baruchu le'olam mimkol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba mim shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say, Amen. Amen. And you may be seated. Well, our service always ends on a sweet note, and that is with the blessing of the sweet juice or wine and the bounty of challah. So, Jordan, it's time for you to come forward to be surrounded by Stephen and Hannah and, of course, all the cousins, Sophia, William, Sarah. And I think there are some friends here that I want to welcome forward. Come on up, all the friends, because I'm so glad you came to see what Jordan so proudly did today. All right, Jordan, hold up that Kiddush cup and we'll all do it together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Borei peri hagafen.
Amen. L'chaim.
Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
All right, everybody, pull it apart. Go. And Shabbat Shalom and Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, sing. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please feel free to get up out of your seats and greet the family and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, I've been doing it now. What are you looking for? It's in her white bag.
It's in the white.
In the white bag. Everything's there. Her yad.
You sounded wonderful.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna bring the car.